G'day guys, Taylor from Tauranga Cars here, and we've got a 2017 Nissan e-Power Nismo Note, and these are such a cool car, especially cool to look at, but they drive incredibly for a hybrid. 1.2 litre, this one here's in the 80,000k range. They've got an upgraded suspension package, upgraded 16-inch alloy wheels, upgraded body kit with really lovely looking side skirts, front lip, rear diffuser, rear rain light, which is really cool, very racy. Nismo badging all over the place. They're super economical to drive, yet they're incredibly fun to drive as well, quite fast, and they certainly haul. So these ones here, they have Alcantara wrapped steering wheel, Nismo bucket seats which hold you in place, pulling some G's through the corners. Heaps of safety features as usual, usual with all these vehicles now. They have lane departure warning, collision avoidance, we have traction control. We also have a round view 360 camera on this vehicle, which is really good, as well as parking sensors all around. A lovely spacious sporty interior with Bluetooth audio, as well as a bunch of other lovely features, including great climate control, heaps of rear space. These vehicles here use their petrol engine just to generate electricity for the electric motor. They have an electric motor on the front axle that gives a heck of a lot of power. The rear seats are huge. You can fit, if I sit down in here, I'm only short, I'm 5'10", but I've got heaps of headroom, and in my seating position in front, I still have lots of leg room as well for me. Lots of space for your interior, heaps of room for passengers, lots of boot space as well. A really nice looking car. The mirror in the front here, if you flip the switch on it, actually gives you a rear view as well. So if you've got obstructions in the way, you can flip this. Camera comes up, showing a lovely view of the water at the moment. You've got plenty of boot space with these as well. Surprisingly big cars considering their small footprint. You've got room underneath here to store things, hiding away. You can drop all of these seats right flat, so you end up with a lot more boot space as well. They're an excellent looking vehicle, and they handle incredibly. Come on down and try one out for yourself. If you're in the market for a hybrid but you don't want to give up on your sporty driving, these may be the option for you. So we're out for a drive in this 2017 Nismo e-Note, and we're going to see what it's like. So we're coming onto an expressway on-ramp here. We plant our foot, 80 k's already, up to the speed limit. Vehicle holds itself in these turns like nothing. It's great. So much fun considering it's a hybrid. You don't have to be plain and boring, you don't have to be sensible in it. You can enjoy your driving just as much as you would have enjoyed driving your V8, only this thing's going to consume about 1/10 of the fuel for the same amount of distance. Features that we love on these are the handling particularly, and the seats. The seats hold you incredibly well, so you can really throw it into turns. They're really good on the road, like open road speeds, the vehicle has no issues. You can overtake people on the open road, and it's a hell of a lot of fun to drive one of these things. You feel like you're in something a bit special as well. Looking at this interior, these seats make you know you're in something fast when you've got bucket seats, that's for sure. You got Alcantara. Ferraris have Alcantara in the steering wheel as well, Lovely Alcantara suede on the door trim here. Excellent central climate control system with a lovely Bluetooth audio system. Speakers in these seem to be really good. Like, you can crank the sounds really well. They're really cheap on gas. Like I've said, you can throw 30 bucks in it and drive around for a week around town, and you're not even going easy on it. You do kind of want to put your foot down in these, because they do give you a bit of a kick, because that electric motor that's driving the car solely on the electric motor is giving a heap of torque, so you get that instantaneous torque delivery when you put your foot down. Braking in them is excellent as well, because the brakes are regenerating and recharging the battery. So you've got disc brakes as a backup if your regenerative braking isn't as strong as you need it to be. If you really need to stamp on the brakes, those discs will come into play. However, it's mainly regenerative braking, so it's using that electric motor to create charge for the battery. you can really put your foot down and get past people, and you hear that electric motor whining away, and you hear the combustion engine turn on when it really needs a bit more juice. You'll never find that that hybrid battery completely runs out of juice. That combustion engine will always fire up before you get down to low levels, and you can see it recharging as you go. They're heaps of fun. One of the best cars I've driven lately in terms of balance for, you know, value for money, space, handling, performance, economy. It's all there with one of these, and they look the part too. They actually catch a few looks. Everyone looks at them thinking, what is that? I've never seen one of those before. They're definitely a sporty little car, and you've got a few different driving modes, so you can be driving around in what I'm in right now, which is the sport mode, which applies a lot more regenerative braking when you come off the throttle, so you start slowing down before you've actually hit the brakes. That helps increase your range because you're getting a lot more charge on the battery. You can chuck it into eco mode, which increases your range slightly but dulls the performance a little bit, and you can put it in standard driving mode where it drives more like a normal car when you can coast if you come off the throttle. Still regenerates when you brake, of course. You can put it in sport mode and immediately notice the difference though. Heap of fun, really lovely place to be, super cool looking car, really neat concept. Performance out of an economy hybrid. I mean, to be honest, that's what they should all be, because these hybrids do have some power if you really want them to, and a really nice little car to get around town. And come on down to the yard and have a look at one of these in the flesh. If you're serious about buying one, I encourage you to take one for a drive. You'll be heavily surprised. I'm sure it'll be a pleasant surprise, and I kind of feel like these are one of those cars where you jump in it and all of a sudden you just become obsessed with them. So yeah, I mean, I'm converted. I haven't always loved hybrids, but I'm starting to love hybrids more and more as we start innovating and seeing slightly more sporty, performance orientated hybrids coming through. All good, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope that you've been enjoying these videos we're putting out. We're looking to do a lot more of them. We just need the time. It's been very busy lately for us. Catch you next time.